How did the first bank begin? Today, billions of people keep their money in banks. Our salaries are deposited into bank accounts. We pay with bank cards, and we can send money across the world in just a few seconds. Banks have become an essential part of our daily lives. But have you ever wondered how the very first bank came into existence? The story is much older than most people think. It began nearly 4,000 years ago. Long before banks existed, there wasn't even money. People traded goods through a system called barter. A farmer exchanged wheat for sheep. A fisherman traded fish for tools, and a carpenter swapped furniture for food. At first, this system worked, but it had one major problem. Both people had to want exactly what the other person was offering. Imagine you have wheat and need a pair of shoes, but the shoemaker doesn't want wheat, he wants milk. Now you have to find someone willing to trade milk for your wheat before you can finally get your shoes. Trade became slow, difficult, and inefficient. To solve this problem, people gradually began using valuable metals such as gold and silver as a medium of exchange. Later, the ancient kingdom of Lydia produced the world's first metal coins. Trade suddenly became much easier. However, a new problem appeared. People now needed a safe place to store their valuable coins. Carrying large amounts of gold was dangerous, and theft was always a risk. This is where the story of banking truly begins. Around 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia, people started depositing their gold and other valuables in temples. These temples were not only places of worship, they were also among the safest and most trusted buildings in society. Temple officials carefully recorded every deposit and gave each owner a written receipt. Whenever someone wanted their valuables back, they simply returned with the receipt. Over time, the temple administrators noticed something interesting. Not everyone came back to collect their gold at the same time. Large amounts of wealth remained untouched for long periods, so they began lending part of this stored wealth to merchants and traders who needed money for business. In return, borrowers paid back a little extra. This became one of the earliest forms of what we now call interest. As centuries passed, this idea spread from Mesopotamia to ancient Greece and later to the Roman Empire. Trade expanded, cities grew richer, and financial systems became more advanced. During the Middle Ages, banking evolved even further in Italian cities such as Florence and Venice. Money changers and merchants conducted business while sitting behind wooden benches in busy marketplaces. They exchanged currencies, stored wealth, and provided loans to traders. In fact, the word bank comes from the Italian word banco, meaning bench. Those simple wooden benches would eventually give their name to one of the most powerful institutions in human history. Over time, these small